Oh man, what is currently going on? It is not a good look for Ohio State and Urban Meyer if it is true, and these are some serious allegations. I gotta give a major shout out to you guys. A couple of you was sending it to me on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, matter of fact, I'll try to follow back a ton of you. If you go there, do it. SmackMeGreatYT. You can send me stuff. Let's just get into it. What we're going to talk about in today's video, and I can't believe ESPN or somebody else hasn't picked it up, is that a former Ohio State player, Marcus Williamson, I want to throw in there, I can't lie, I never heard of him. The allegations he has said about Urban Meyer and Ohio State, it's baffling. As we all know, in 2021, racism is a bad thing. I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm just the news guy, so don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. I'm going to read you out and talk about what he said. We have a ton of stuff to dive into and talk about. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And also, this is actually a double upload. But if you want to see a triple upload, I have an even more interesting topic to talk about tonight. If we can get this video to 500 likes in 2 hours, we'll triple upload. 500 likes in 2 hours, that's really testing it, but hey, it's a light goal for a reason, and I haven't done one in a while. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, it means so much to me when we gain new subscribers. It also motivates me. And there's a bunch of you watching. You're not subscribed, so I'd appreciate it if you join our family. Hit that subscribe button. Hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. So Mr. Marcus Williamson is a cornerback for Ohio State. He's coming in at roughly 5'10", 190 pounds, and he's been there ever since 2017. If you want to do the math, it's been 5 years. In his 5 years, he's had 6 tackles, 1 tackle, 7 tackles, 27 tackles, and 26. It is key to note he's had some injuries here and there, but we can all agree you don't gotta be a rocket scientist to figure out he wasn't no star player. He wasn't a guy when you turned on your TV, and like I said, I watch a ton of college football. I never heard of him. Nobody's ever said, oh, I can't wait to see Marcus Williamson play. With all due respect, to even label him as a role player might be stretching it out. Am I throwing shade or am I throwing shots at Marcus Williamson? And I'm sure he's watching this video because this stunt he's done, a lot of players feel like it's for clout. No, I'm not throwing shade at him. I'm telling you the truth. I'm sure Ohio State fans would back me up on that statement. And as a cornerback, he hasn't had a single interception in the 5 years he's been there. That's a little information on him if you were curious, because I was curious myself. If you're wondering why I even brought that up, I'll touch on it a little later in this video. And let's just say it's relevant, and we'll talk about it in a second. Okay, actually, before we go on, let me give him his credit, because I know more than likely he's going to be watching this video. He did play nickel, so technically you could be like, oh, he started some games. But what I was trying to say and get to, he wasn't this main lockdown cornerback on Ohio State, and look at how terrible their defense was this year. If he wants his credit, I'll give him his credit. In much respect, he's a Division I athlete. He can flat out ball. It doesn't matter if you're on the bench. If you're playing D1, you a hooper. Before we get into it, and I'm about to right now, you got to pay close attention to every single thing he said, because if you don't, you're going to get lost. Apparently, there's no confirmed, nobody said anything about it, but he was off the team. He didn't play in the bowl game this year. Some people said he got kicked off. Others said he quit. It doesn't matter. He wasn't on the team. So I want you to get this engraved in your mind. Ohio State, yes, their defense was terrible this year, and it was terrible in their bowl game. But those players, they're trying their best. Even if they aren't doing good, they're trying their best. What's Marcus Williamson doing? He's sitting on the couch tweeting about the game and how bad the defense was. Does that not show you and tell you a little bit about his character? Let's continue on. And like I said, I'm the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just bringing you the news. I think that's interesting. He said, how did we give up 35 in the first half? After that, he tweeted out randomly, and these are random tweets, I'm retired, y'all, and no, I didn't quit at halftime like Vontae Davis. To follow that up after the game, he says, now that I'm a fan, I gotta say, you fans know nothing and have some of the worst football IQ ever. Almost as bad as some of these coaches. He was saying all that throughout the Ohio State game and after the game. This wasn't a case where he tweeted once or twice. He continued to go on. I want you to pay attention to this one. He said, I've started at the highest level in the biggest games. I know ball. 5 different defensive back coaches in 5 years teaches you a lot about schemes. I'm sure some of you are really good football players, and I'm sure some of you play college football or you're elite at the high school level. Everybody knows if you're good at something in life, whether it's your job, football, any type of sport, real people, they move in silence. They don't have to talk about how good they are. You're never going to see Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers talk about how great they are at quarterback. Why is that? Because other people talk about it for them. Right there from that tweet, I see a little insecurity from Marcus Williamson. He feels like he has to validate himself to fans to build up his ego. I've heard it my entire life. It's kind of corny, but it's also kind of true. Real G's move in silence, just like lasagna. And I know what you're probably sitting there thinking, yo Matt, let's get into the juicy stuff. And I want to get into it too, but I have to read you off the stuff that leads up into it. It's important. After that tweet, he's continuing to tweet out like 20 times a day. He says, those in the community that know me and my background know the kind of person I am. My heart pure and I stand on that. Young boys, keep your character clean and morals strong as you progress in life. Once again, for my people out there that don't understand, if you're a great person, you don't have to tweet out, you're a great person. And if you do want to brag about yourself, I don't care. But why I read that off, it's a little ironic. Marcus Williamson is talking about how bad his former team's defense is while he's sitting on the couch. But yet he's saying, man, I'm a good person and I got great character. Seems a little odd and a little fishy to me. It doesn't seem like you have great character disrespecting your former teammates. Am I questioning his character? No, I'm just reading off what he tweets. He's almost exposing himself. Oh yeah, I gotta throw this in there, almost forgot to mention, I'm not even reading off all his tweets. I'm just picking out the interesting one. There's too many to go over. A day ago, randomly, he tweets out, Coach Meyer, what's up? And then after that tweet, he posted like 25 more and these serious allegations started to happen. It is a huge and long thread. You can go check it out yourself, but I'm gonna show you every bit of it. It's intriguing. Let's get into it. He tweeted out, I want to rap about my career as a young black college athlete at the highest level. As guidance for you go-getters coming up. Shout out Westerville and those city kids chasing. What I'm about to read you is a thread. This is the first one. As a 17-year-old early enrollee, Urban Meyer told me he'd quote-unquote ruin my effing life if he ever caught me smoking. It makes you wonder, how much control do these institutions have over young black boys? My first team meeting, true story, 2017, this photo was presented to us via PowerPoint to institute our building-wide rule of no hoods in the building. After said meeting, the freshmen and myself go to sign the hours of paperwork, essentially signing our rights as Americans over to OSU and the governor bodies. We're going to take a stop there. In this picture, the one I'm showing you right now, that is Trayvon Martin. And if you don't know the story, I'm not going to dive into it. You can look it up yourself. Moving on down, and I am skipping some of the non-important quotes, I was repeatedly pushed past my injuries as if I was completely expendable. You are. 2018, I used to wake up, put my shoulder in place, and go to practice. They bandage you up like, you know what. The industry is often silent because everyone is obviously chasing the big payday. But the injustices these players face just isn't right. We literally put our bodies and lives at risk with zero guarantee. He follows that up by saying, pop quiz, what American industries rely on free black labor for lucrative benefit of white men? Why don't you leave? Quit. Most of us have only been athletes our entire lives. This is how we try to feed our families and children. It's either play their game or have zero chance at the lottery. He said there's nothing like playing ball in front of 100K. Some of the best human beings I know played on some of my teams, but we bond through the traumas we endure and the hardships we face to keep it 100. Then he quote tweeted or subtweeted, whatever you want to call it, Kirk Herbstreit, and I didn't agree with what he said, you know how I feel about it, saying, we play a violent sport for free. Yet narratives like these want you to believe that we're somehow soft or don't love the game if we use our leverage as athletes to make money. And I do want to take his side on that. I agree with it 100%. If you've been watching the channel, what Kirk Herbstreit and Desmond Howard said is ridiculous. After that tweet, he said, this is America. You work hard and should be paid. And last but not least, the final tweet, college football players, keep putting pressure on these institutions to make meaningful change in athletics and our communities. I'm going to tell you what I think about all that in just a second, but touching on that last tweet, I agree with it. College football players, go get that money. It's time for players to have the power. I'm all for it. With all that being said, everyone's kind of confused about it, and everyone's feeling like he's saying Urban Meyer's racist and Ohio State, they're racist. There was 2 to 3 times in those tweets he brought up, for example, free black labor so the white men can benefit. Then he brought up the Trayvon Martin incident. And there was a couple more. I'm not going over it all again, but you could kind of see what he was trying to say. And it was appearing as if he was saying, Ohio State and college football, they're trying to make money off of black men and they're kind of racist. I hate to continue to throw in disclaimers, but I gotta do it. 2021, this generation, it's so soft. Here's how I stand on the whole racism thing. I don't care if you're black, you're white, you're purple, you're blue, you're green, you're yellow, whatever. If you're a liar, you're a liar. If you're a bad person, you're a bad person. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because Urban Meyer has responded to this. We're going to read it. And Ohio State former players have also denied it and said there's never been racism at Ohio State. And that's not me calling Marcus Williamson a liar. That's former Ohio State players. You can do what you want with this information I'm about to tell you. With Urban Meyer, he's been under a lot of fire recently. It didn't take him long to reply to this. Check it out. Here's what he had to say about the no hoodies and those allegations with the Trayvon Martin picture. Our team rule was not hats or hoodies or sunglasses of any kind, but only in team meetings, just so we could see their eyes and make sure they were paying attention and not asleep. We did not and never would show a picture of Trayvon Martin. My gosh, no. That is absolutely false, and you can check with any other player on my teams during that time to confirm what I'm saying. Other players know what he is saying is false. I would never do that. He is crossing the line here. It seems people are just piling on now, but that never happened. That statement coming from Urban Meyer is all he said about it, and it's really a he said, she said at this point. But hold on. What do you know? Cardale Jones, a former Ohio State player, has came to Urban Meyer's defense. Here's what he had to say. Man, where do I start about Williamson's comments about the OSU football program? Trying to paint the program and its leaders out to be racist is mind-blowing. I can't speak on his experience, but I'm sure a large number of players who played at OSU would disagree with his comments. Oh, it doesn't stop there either. There's way more. There's been like 10 Ohio State players come out and denied the allegations. Another former player said, reading this Buckeye drama, if bruh had those experiences, I'm sorry for you. If it's true, I hope you get justice or whatever you feel like will help your situation. I'll say my experience at OSU was never racial and I was supported well by the staff that was there at the time. Another one said, never experienced racism at OSU. I could continue to read off the tweets from Ohio State players. You get the point. Almost no one's backing him up. I'll read off this last one. Another player said, I can say this. I don't know what Marcus Williamson is talking about when it comes to racism. I didn't feel that type of energy from anybody in the building. Everyone involved in sports at OSU always showed us love and support. The love was tough at times, but never racist. I know some of you are going to be crying in the comments. So Matt, are you calling Marcus Williamson a liar? You're racist. That's wrong of you. No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm the messenger. I'm telling you what other black players have said. I want to make this extremely clear. If Marcus Williamson did experience racism or some of the allegations he said, I do feel bad for him and I hope he gets the justice that he wants. Normally when a player comes out with some serious, and those are serious allegations about a former program and coach, other players, if they had that same experience, they would also back him up. I find it, I guess, not really funny. It's just strange. No one's backing him up or taking his side. And then to make it even worse, remember earlier how I was telling you he wasn't a star player and he got kicked off or quit the team, whatever you want to call it? That kind of adds to it where it's hard to believe him. I will not be giving my opinion on this entire situation, whether I think he's lying, telling the truth, whether he's wrong, or anything like that. The only thing I've said in this video was that it seemed odd he was tweeting out how terrible the defense was during the game. And then not too long after that, only a day later, he comes out with some crazy allegations. Is he saying this stuff because he's mad he didn't get a lot of playing time at Ohio State? Is he chasing clout? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. You know how we handle it on this channel. I'm going to let you guys decide what's going on. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Oh yeah, also if you want to see the double upload, 500 likes in 2 hours, we'll do that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, I'd appreciate if you join our family. Hit that subscribe button if you like football content. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.